Hello, welcome to another tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I am bringing you today is called Riverside Glade. It's a 6x12, and I painted it yesterday. So, very recent little painting. Went through, I have to say, I've had this reference prepared for a long time. It's one of those ones where I opted to crop it into a panoramic, which I think was a good call. Um, I knew it was going to have all kinds of issues, as every bit of reference does. As I'm trolling on down the lane, more and more, I can just see the things that aren't going to work, and that's been an ongoing process. I mean, to the extent where when I'm out in nature with my camera, sort of, looking for motifs and things, there's a lot of things I won't even photograph because I know they won't make good paintings because, experience, right? But even there, even a scene that is a good motif, potentially it's very rare. In fact, almost just doesn't happen. Oh, hold on one sec. That was the trash man. Then he had to bark. Yeah, so it's good he's barking. We're glad. Yeah. And he is feeling better. Thank you so much for those of you that have expressed care and concern about our resident studio dog, Denny the dog, Denny the poodle. Yeah, he had a little bit of problem with his liver, but he looks like he's on the mend. Hopefully he'll stay with us a long time. 'Cause truth be told, he actually painted this. I just sit there and wave my arms around. He tells me what to do. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't even really know what I was going to do, how I was going to simplify things. One of the main issues with the reference is, like, you see that dark mass in our upper left-hand side there. Um, that's all those tree holes are going to go away. There was a lot of tree holes there, and I had actually darkened the sky behind them, etc., and so forth. But what I ended up doing was eliminating all of them, and it really made for a much better painting. Another challenge is about where you see my hand now. There was in the reference, it was fall, so there was a great big patch of yellow leaves there, which I ended up really sublimating, really dialing down, because I knew I had to connect certain dark masses together to get the composition to actually work. So uh, that's been so great. It's just been wonderful to be able to address these things and make good paintings, not make as many bad paintings. And which is one of the reasons I'm always stressing with you: make your paintings. You got to make your paintings. And I've been making good ones all the way down the line, but there would be clinkers. There would be ones that weren't good, and a lot of times I wouldn't know why they weren't great until later on. I would look at it and go, "Oh, that doesn't work." Now, if you were a student of mine out here in Whangarei, New Zealand, you'd bring me your painting, and I go, "Nope, that doesn't work, and this is why." So, but I don't have access to anyone like that, and I had to be that for myself. And the only way that you can get there is just by doing a lot of work, painting all the time, and not being so hung up on creating masterpieces. It's more like you're invested in treat the painting like you were a shoemaker, or heck, even a pizza maker or something like that. It's another pizza, and that last one was yummy. The next one's going to be yummy. We make pizzas because pizzas are yummy. You want to. I definitely don't think it's a great idea to be in masterpiece mindset, because maybe you will create a masterpiece, but those not masterpieces will plague you. And as it stands, I've had one or two bad paintings this last we're only 3 months into this year, but you know what I mean. Recently. And I was able to save them and get them to some sort of saleable state, I haven't had abject failure for a while, but I'm going to knock on wood if you don't mind. Yeah. So I thought, actually, I had to record this audio. This is the second time I updated Windows, and of course, every time it does that, it wants to change all my audio drivers around. So it had a whole different microphone than the one I'm using selected. But I'm going to do a little bit of reading from Carlson's Guide to Landscape Painting by John F. Carlson. He writes well, and we're going to read about light. Yes. Chapter 5, page 53. And, it's someone had pointed out on the channel, I think you should just watch the painting happen, let the words wash over you. Maybe you'll glean a little wisdom from John that might change your paintings for the better. So we all have these books, and we don't always read them. So this is maybe an opportunity for you to get two birds with one stone. You can watch this lovely painting coming together and listen to a man that really knew a lot about painting. Light. We shall treat light in this chapter only from the point of view of a visible phenomenon, that is, what it does or how it acts in the painter's out of doors, producing color and atmosphere. Light itself seems to be a thing apart from color and form, although it is the cause of both. When we speak of light, we mean that enveloping, radiating, diffusing something that transmutes our everyday world into a livable and beautiful place. The artist feels the almost omnipresent light saturating all tones, bringing them into unity, no matter what differences may exist in the local color of his masses. This is a true meaning of tonality, not a darkening down of colors into a smear. And what he's saying there is, like, a lot of people say, oh, I can make this a tonalist painting, and they'll just get a bunch of glaze out and rub a bunch of glaze, and yeah, you'll have tonal harmony because you just darkened everything down. But tonalism and tonal harmony is a attitude and approach to thinking and seeing color. Yes, that's what he's getting across here. And he wasn't technically tonalist, but he was a student of Burge Harrison, who was a tonalist and a brilliant painter. When men speak of creating space in a picture, it means only that they have understood their light pretty well. A space in a picture is composed of light our eyes do not see, a black void. Since actual light can pardon me. Sorry. Since actual light cannot be created in a picture at best reflects reduced daylight or gallery light, since we do not usually show pictures in the open. We must utilize our limited means, the range of paints from black to white, so that we can create the illusion or impression of light and color over the created forms upon the flat surface of the canvas. The light creates the local color or colors in any object because each object possesses certain chemical properties or qualities which absorb some rays and reflect others. The ratio of absorption and reflection determines the color of the object. Right. After this, it is the form and texture of the object, in its withdrawing and projections to or from the light, that enhance the beauty of such local color. In nature, light makes form and color visible. In a picture, color creates the form with its variations by gradations and nuances upon the flat surface of the canvas. The color of any object depends for its beauty upon the play of light upon form, aside from any actual variations in its own or local color. In contrast, I venture to say that a flat color upon a flat surface, with the light evenly distributed upon it, is seldom beautiful. To beautify such a flat mass, we add one or more other flat color masses, or a different color in juxtaposition to it. That's called modulating, my friend. You gotta modulate. He didn't simplify it to say always be modulating, but you want to always be modulating. We modulated a lot in this painting, and We have the main modulation, I'd say, is for these reddish greens and the dark parts of the trees on our upper left, modulating out to lighter, warmer oranges. You know, uh, that's a nice modulation for sure. And of course, we have the modulation from the sky, from a darker purple at the top to, light on the horizon. Yeah. Right. Besides this, the light's color cast diffuses itself over and into the colors of such an object, and thereby establishes a kind of unity or tone over the whole. Thus there is a vast difference between a group of colors seen under yellowish light and the same group seen under bluish light, or between the same group seen by moonlight, the latter not only being for the most part greenish in cast, but also very reduced in degree of light. And we better leave it there for now. That was page 53. Definitely a good book to get if you don't have it. But I'm sure, if you don't, that's fine. We'll probably end up reading most of it. I think it's a good book. Oh, sorry for the yawn. It's still fairly early in the morning here. It's the 10th of March. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so hey, this painting, really super stoked with it. I do think it would benefit from a very light glaze of some yellowish tone. And by light, I mean light. Mostly just to kind of pull that sky together. I got a good effect, though. It definitely has a nice quality. And I'm so pleased and happy to present this painting to you. And I would encourage you to join the members area where you can see the live version. 2 hours and 16 minutes of fly on the wall live in this studio goodness. Now, I take breaks in between that. It's not like I do one giant block, but yesterday went pretty good, and it was maybe a little more than 2 hours and 16, something like that. Anyway, it went well. It went good. I came in to the studio thinking I want to do a panorama. Then I went to my chest where I have my prepped boards, and I was thinking 5x10. I don't have any prepped. I had a 6x12 though. Now the problem with 6x12s, I don't have a lot of 6x12 frames, but whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna do 6x12 was just the right size because I felt like, no, I'm gonna get a painting done today. So a lot of times what I've been doing is like maybe doing my my underdrawing and just letting it dry. One that I completed on Saturday had the underdrawing done for like almost 2 months. But we did the painting and it looked great, and that's a fine way to go. I mean, that was a very involved underdrawing. This one, certainly had a lot of problems solved in that underpainting slash drawing stage, no question about it. But I had, I've laid it on you before, but we're getting new people all the time. So I had a strategy. I wanted to make sure I got this painting done. So what I did is I pre-mixed a big range of colors. So about the time I was getting the underdrawing done and going, ooh, maybe I could just leave this. Then I thought, well, you'll be wasting all that paint, Mike. You don't want to be a paint waster. And I'm like, no, I don't. And so, yeah, maybe kept me in the studio, an hour later than I might have been otherwise. But I'm so glad I did it. And now we're getting a big payoff portion of the painting. Those greens, I knew that was going to be the payoff. And when they go in, everything locks together and you go, wow, that's beautiful. If I don't say so myself. And I do. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time. Like I say, you tip over to my website. You can throw me a donation over there if you feel you're getting some value from the whole proceedings here, or maybe buy a painting, or I don't know, just look at it. Hey, like I said, members area, join buttons below. That's pretty affordable, and you got a lot of live videos that you can check out. Anyway, either way, thank you for joining me, and I'll be back real soon with another painting for your enjoyment and edification. Meanwhile, do me a favor, do me a solid. Take good care of yourself and your family. Try and be patient with other people, and stay out of trouble.